One is the increase in the MSP, minimum sales price, and which he has said will be 1.5 times the cost of the produce. This is a good step for the agriculture.
This budget overall.
Okay. Now demonetization, as he said, could be directly measured in 2 or 3 things. Number one is the returns which has gone up. The second factor which we talked about is the revenues going up. Now he said that 16-17 the buoyancy factor was 1.95%, and for 17-18 he is talking about 2.11% buoyancy, which is very high kind of a buoyancy. So this is an effect of the demonetization. Coming to GST, I would also go to the economic survey. In the economic survey, they said that the estimate of the formal jobs has gone tremendously. It was felt that in India there are more informal jobs than there are formal jobs. We are going to have now almost a 360-degree profile of the economy and what's really happening in this thing.
But the good part is, true to their commitment of not having any retroactive effects, they have grandfathered the provisions of taxation. So what that means is the taxation is only on the prospective gain. So even if you do sell it, the profits that you have earned up to 31st of Jan continue to be exempt, which I think is a very reasonable provision.
Innovative thought, and that will expedite the process and remove the working capital hurdle. I think that is good for MSMEs, for growth. Second aspect is bringing into net the 25% corporate tax for all the MSMEs will be, I think, out of that 30% net, and they will be falling within 25%.
As far as MSME is concerned, I didn't see anything specific. Possibly, what MSME mostly requires is the problem they have on the cash flow. And as mentioned, there are a few steps taken. What we need to see is the implementation. One is, of course, the trade electronic discounting platform, linking it to the GSTN. I think that's a very welcome step. I hope the implementation happens in the way it is envisaged.
Good news for the corporate, like MSME is tax reduced by 25%. And secondly, the dividend distribution tax 10% introduced on the mutual funds. That is also a good sign. And few exemptions for deduction for the producer companies, which will help them for the farmers' point of view. So it's a good budget.
Now this budget exercise also has not given any direction to the resumption of mining economy in sustainable terms in Goa. So as far as Goa is concerned, this budget does not speak on resuming sustainable mining activity. It does not speak on giving some sort of aid for promoting tourism of Goa. It does not give any sort of a package or any sort of a growth stimulus to Goa's tourism industry. So basically this budget has nothing to offer for the country. It has also nothing to offer for the state of Goa. It is basically a directionless zero budget.
बजेटाचेर मुख्यमंत्री आणि TCP मंत्र्यान रिएक्शन दिले.
Everything including fiscal deficit, so it is not a populistic but a budget which will become popular. I am very glad that Goa's DDSSY in a slightly modified form is being also taken up by central government.
See, this budget is meant to strengthen agriculture and rural economy. Basically the focus is to double the farmers' income by 2022. So therefore, as an agriculture minister, I welcome this budget. There is a boost for organic farming through women self-help groups envisaged in the budget, which is to be welcomed, which is what we have been talking about for a long time in Goa also. And the cluster-based model for horticulture, this is what I was saying very often, allocated 100 billion rupees for animal husbandry and fisheries. So by and large, I welcome the budget and I believe it is pro-farmer.
Bureau Report, Prudent.